Morning, pagan membrarian. That's me. This is my coffee. That's my apothecary. Yep. I received a submission this morning for our Spectrum of Specters TM from a lovely person who assured me they were drunk but always this weird. I respect that. This submission was Wraiths. Now I have to admit here that I had a picture in my head of Wraiths. Is probably the same one you have. But outside of the Aeneid and Tolkien, for those of you who want to tell me I don't speak the Queen's English, go ahead, tell me. See how that works out. We'll both have a good time. It'll be fun, I promise. Anywho, outside of fiction, I had never really heard anyone talk about a wraith. Like, I never been watching a ghost show and heard someone say, I'ma go hunting for wraiths. No one has ever come to me and been like, yo, membrarian, I think there's a wraith in my attic. So I decided to become Wikipedia smart on the topic. As it turns out, this made no difference whatsoever. Because if you look up wraith in both Wiktionary and Wikipedia, they have nothing to say except what I just said to you. Okay, they had like slightly more to say if you Google for like an extra 30 minutes. So, a wraith is apparently the result of sorcery gone awry. This is more bullshit to scare you away from witches because they're just gonna create havoc. Thank you, Shakespeare, for giving us that word. I love it. Apparently, if you try to necromance and you do it poorly, or you attempt to live forever and you fuck it up, you may live forever, but you gonna become some haggity raggedy skeletal thing dressed in rags called a wraith. I don't really know why you lose your skin and can't change your clothes just because you're immortal. That doesn't happen to vampires. I don't. You know what? I'm not even gonna judge here. This is not none of my business. A wraith is referred to in both of these stories as a ghost, which I don't completely understand because the person has not died. Tell you, man, this Spectrum of Specters TM is complicated. However, seeing as how wraiths only exist in fiction, I am going to classify them as not ghosts. I'm sorry, they do not fit on our Spectrum of Specters, which is not a spectrum at all because we can't identify any types of ghosts. We are bad at this game. I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a separate spectrum, like a parallel spectrum. Like if this is our Spectrum of Specters, I'm gonna make a spectrum of fictional specters, and I'm gonna file wraiths right next to Dickens' Christmas ghosts. How about that? Does that work for everybody? What am I talking about? I don't care if it works for you. It's going right there. Between Dickens and those ghosts in Hill House, we're shoving in wraiths. That's right. That's what I'm doing. It's decided. I took a vote. I was the only one here, so it was unanimous. Keep them coming though. I'm kind of enjoying this. Let me know if you can come up with some other types of ghosts, because I'm flunking this class. I never flunked a class in my life. First time for everything. Have a good morning. Keep that ghost light on.